We do have a few pieces on the punch list that we'll clean up this week. So hopefully by Saturday, this next weekend, we will have everything loaded up and ready to go there with the vestibules. This is all part through a grant through the Bureau of Workers' Comp. They helped out with a large portion of the bill to fund these vestibules, and of course through the savings and utilities over the course of the years to come, hopefully they'll pay for themselves. Once everything is done, we will turn everything into the Bureau of Workers' Compensation to get reimbursed for that money. And we also have some graphics that are already printed up for the windows, at least for some of them already. They are ready to go and hopefully will be on the windows just after everything is finished up. I will let the principals talk about the start of school a little bit more in detail here in a few minutes, but right now, just to get a few pieces that we really liked to start the year. We're very proud of our staff and our students. We've been wonderful with the masks and the temperature taking in the morning. It seems like all of that's gone very well. Just like every year, we have a few technical glitches that we have to work through. This year seemed a little bit more than normal, but we're getting there, and Vartech has helped very much trying to get all those fixed. So hopefully we'll see the light at the end of the tunnel here soon. Skip is working on 2 different projects right now. Our HVAC system is not communicating with the software where he can control things individually through his computer. So there are a few pieces that will need to be replaced. He's looking into prices on that, whether we need to replace just small pieces or if we need to do a giant overhaul of the system so everything talks like it should. We're talking basically $10,000 and up for any kind of fixes that we have. Right now, it works very similar to just the thermostat you'd have in your house, where you set it, you walk away, and there's no changing to it. What really should be happening is the system feeds back temperatures to the main computer. The main computer says, yes, everything's working. Let's shut it down at these times. Let's turn it on at these times. Let's turn it up at different places. And that communication part is not happening with the entire system. So he's looking at parts to fix it. Right now, we are getting air conditioning is working. Everything's working that way. It's just a matter of it has to be manually shut down, and you can't adjust it by the computer. Second project that he's working on is lighting outside. When we did all the lighting inside here a few years back, it has saved the district oodles of money. He's got a few light bulbs outside that have not been converted over to LEDs. He's looking at those, and with the rebates that are out there right now, they're going to cost approximately 50 cents a bulb. So it's almost a no-brainer to go ahead and do that. So he's doing that. And then, of course, when we put the new vestibules in, especially in the back of the building, that covered up most of the lights that were on the outside of the building next to the doors. So he's got a couple wall pack lights that are going to go above those doorways to be able to shed more light on those as people come in and out of the doors. And then the last thing, we are not doing student recognition tonight just so we don't have to bring in more students or staff, but I did want to send out a shout out to our restart committee. We had 16 people that were involved meeting over the summer, I think about 7 times, giving up their own time, and they volunteered for this just to help out making sure that we had a smooth start to the year. Tina Schmitz, Jamie Sink, Cindy Engel, Patrick White, Holly Johnson, Sarah Timmerman, Zach DeLoma, Wendy Ray, Monica Skinner, Karen Garrett, Laura Sneed, Haley Patty, Matt Triplett, Michelle Levy, and Bob Daughtery all helped out with this committee. And because of them, they gave me lots and lots of advice on how to start the school year and hopefully made a huge difference on how we started here with our start for the school year. So with that, I don't have anything else unless you have questions for me.
Any questions for Mr. Hurst?
Just to let you know, one of the neighboring superintendents talked to me the other day about festivals. he's kind of a perfectionist and he commented on everything.
Well, great. That's wonderful. That's wonderful news.
Someone like him, I thought that was a good one.
Well, good. Very good. Thank you.
Excellent.
Pass along your thanks.
Next is Mrs. Levy with the elementary principal report.
Let me first say that I was excited to have everybody back in the building. I miss kids a lot being in our building, so I appreciate the fact that we got to see lots of faces, mainly eyeballs, so we're starting to recognize our kids in different ways than we did. I pulled my mask down just long enough so you could understand what I was saying because sometimes it's muffled. So I am 6 feet away from everybody. I just wanted to make sure everybody knew that. I also would love to say thank you to the staff. They have worked so hard to prepare us front load, and I appreciate the fact that we were able to have that time before school started, let them front load, get ready for Google Classrooms, and prepare all that information. As well as we've got one teacher who's got Google certification, and many of the other teachers are in the process of getting their Google certification. So I'm excited, kudos to them. It's been a stressful time, but they're happy to have their kids back inside the building as well. Also, I'd like to thank Chloe Thompson for helping us with the bus issues. Everything went smoothly. It went really well with all of the changes, so that was great. Again, we're working as a team, and it's great that we're working together. As far as the kids go, they've adjusted. Kids are much more adaptable than adults are. The kids have adjusted to their ability to wear the masks. They're doing a great job. They have some mask breaks that are built into them during the day, so they get to take their mask down. We've started a new process where they eat a mint, take a drink of water to help with because it's hard to remember to drink with their mask on. So we're encouraging them to drink some water and have a mint, which is supposed to help with headaches as well, and it seems to be helping. We also are making it so that they can go outside at recess during lunchtime, where there's only one grade level at a time, and the playground is divided into parts. So there's two grades on a daily basis that get to go outside now, and we disinfect the playground equipment before they go on and after they go on. So those are some exciting things that we've been allowed to do since we got started, since all the kids are working hard and the teachers are working hard to make sure we stay with the 6 feet distance and doing all that we can. Again, it's going to be a successful year just because we have such a great staff and a great group of kids and parents, and I'm excited for the year to have started. Anybody have any questions? All right,
Thank you. Thank you very much. Next, Mr. Triplett with the secondary principal report.
Yeah, to begin the school year, both the staff and students are doing great. I think everyone's excited to be back in the building, like Michelle said, and they're ready to learn each day. I can't praise the students and the parents and staff enough about the great job that they've been doing so far as we start. Currently, we are running a block schedule that we are calling Orange and Black Days. Orange days consist of periods 1 through 4, and black days are periods 5 through 8. Students and staff are both doing great with wearing their masks, getting their temperatures taken, and taking mask breaks each hour. We did cap most of the classrooms at 20 students due to social distancing restrictions. So when we do reach our limit in a classroom of 20 students, those additional students are then sent to another classroom where they're learning through a Google Meet, watching that their assigned teacher from another classroom. The first week went really well. I think a lot of that had to do with the preparation that our teachers and our staff put into the start of the school year. Many of the teachers and staff members worked over the summer to make sure we would be ready when the time came to start school. And I think it is really evident on how well the first week went. My hope is we can continue in person as they lift restrictions. We're able to kind of get back to a little bit more normalcy at school for everyone. But other than that, do you guys have any questions for me?
I got a question probably for both of you. Maybe Mr. Hurst on our online students.
Mike, I just kind of want to talk to you. That's a good question. I even actually wrote down that I need to mention that and I forgot. But I can tell you that for the virtual students, we have exactly 10 at the elementary that actually are on it. Many, once they noticed that they have mask breaks, actually decided to come to the school instead. So we only have 10 that have actually continued with that. and the rest have come back. So I'm excited to see how they do. From what I see, the work was completed the first week and no one changed their mind. Actually, I think there's 13. I take that back.
And at the middle school, high school, there aren't any issues that I'm aware of right now. Last Friday was the day they're supposed to let us know if they were coming back starting this week, and no one came back that I'm aware of. Actually, I had another student that tried to join today. That's a discussion we'll have to have with him tomorrow. But so far, it's been going well.
My teacher actually checks every day to see what they've gotten done. Then on this time, it was on Sunday, she shared with me what they had completed. And so like, she has a checklist to show whether they've done language arts and math. And so by the end of the week, our policy is going to be that they have to try to complete everything that was on there for that week. And then that's how we're taking attendance. So we're keeping track. And then if it's more than that week's worth of work, she calls. And then if there's more than that week and another week, then we get involved and it becomes a truancy issue. But right now, so far, we had a glitch. Do what? Correct. And we had a glitch at the beginning because they were having trouble getting some of the things to open. So I've been shocked, honestly, how much got done in the small amount of time they were on there. But if you want to see the checklist, I can share that with you too anytime you want. It's set up so that it's really easy to follow.
Any other questions? Thank you very much, both of you. Next is Mrs. Thompson for the Athletic Director, Transportation Director report.
So in the athletic world, we've been back for a little over a month now, which is we're extremely grateful for. But due to the guidelines, not as many people as I would like have been able to see our new scoreboards. So I just wanted to give a quick little special shout out to our donors and thank them again for that. And those are Penny's Blacktop, C Squared Industrial, M&T Excavating, the Hellman family in memory of Noah Hellman, Dr. Scott Swab with Primary Care Internist, and the Bradford Athletic Boosters. I'm hoping that by the time this year is over, everybody will have had the chance to come in and see our new scoreboards. They look fantastic. They're working great, and our scoreboard operator is doing a great job at working those as well. Any questions?
Thank you very much. Oops, that was off.
I just had a few things I wanted to talk to you about tonight. I gave you a sheet, and because this is the time of year we actually calculate our bus funding and the bus numbers, and I thought this was really something where we're going in the right direction. Mr. Hurst and I have talked about this since we came to the district and trying to look at various ways to help or control some of our transportation costs. And I think this chart speaks for itself. You can look at it at your convenience. But 1920 is probably an anomaly because of the way school closed. Things were different. We didn't have gas costs. We didn't have a lot of things which drove the price down. But I did want you to be aware of the trend that's been working with that and just trying to keep you up to date.